All right, everybody excited for a little Prism? I know, I love new release days. Always so much fun. We have got some information to go over before we actually get started ripping into things. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. My feedback is automated on eBay. And that is done so that really you never have to wait on me is the goal there. Anytime that you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. Yay, automation, right? And of course, the second thing there, far more important, is to say thank you. I always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me, keeping me company, and all such as that. We are going to take a look now at what is coming up in the days ahead. So, tomorrow night, I forgot what day of the week this was. Yeah, so this is Friday. Sorry, had to remind myself of that. So tomorrow, on Saturday, we're going to open a case of Immaculate Basketball. We will do a 2-box break of Luminaries Baseball. Those are loose boxes. Then we'll do a half case of Leaf autographed mini football helmets. Those are the back half of a case that we started, I don't know when that was, guys, but sometime here a few days ago we did that. Then we're going to hit Sunday. And Sunday the 27th all the way through to Sunday, the following Sunday, the 3rd of November, are going to be off days. So I'm not going to be doing any breaks at all from Sunday to Sunday. I'm also not going to be online very much, if at all. So if you send messages, you need to understand that I may not see it for several days after you send it, but when I see it, I would respond to it. Now, meanwhile, I will be listing some things on 10-day auctions that will, of course, begin to end, or will end beginning Monday, the 4th of November. So it won't be just a blank slate. There will be auctions still showing up. But since they're 10-day listings, you'll know we're not breaking them for a while. So what we're opening tonight is Prizm Football. And I expect this to be on the way to you roughly Monday. If I can get it out to you tomorrow, if I can get some of it out tomorrow, of course I will. As it stands right now, my expectation is that it will go Monday. But hey, you never know, right? Now let me bring you back to me for a second. I had an unpaid team. Imagine that, right? Let me see if it is still unpaid or not. Yeah, so guys, we've got someone who bid and didn't pay, a zero feedback person, so not exactly a big shock, right? We are looking at the Chargers that are sitting here unpaid. Looks like they sold for $33 on eBay. So I need to find a home for the Chargers in this break. And does anybody want to pick them up? Meanwhile, I'm going to go in and update the spreadsheet here real quickly to reflect that they are unpaid. And then if we move them out to one of you fine people, I will note that as well. But first, let me do this in case they don't, in case nobody wants them. Sorry, guys, I continue to have allergy and asthma issues. I will try to keep coughing and throat clearing to a minimum, but yikes. Yeah, I'm probably going to have a little of it. Okay, so, Joe, hi, Joe. Joe says, where's TJ? Dirty Dog, you said you want him? All right, my friend. Looks like, Joe, it looks like Dirty Dog beat you to it there. So I am once again putting in here for you, Dirty Dog, my email that I use for PayPal. Most, maybe all of you know, I do not use that for correspondence. So if you send me a message there, I am never, ever, ever going to see it. There's 15,000 plus emails in there, and I just periodically go through and delete a handful. So that, definitely use it for PayPal, but don't use it for correspondence. Always hit me up through eBay messages. Yeah, I don't know, Dirty Joe. I'm looking at it here on my chat, and it shows that you said hi again, and then you said, "Where's TJ?" Then Dirty Dog typed in, "I'll take them." Then you typed in, "I'll take it." So on my screen, it shows exactly that. Exactly what I just read off to you guys. So I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but that is, I mean, I'm setting, if I could, well, actually, I guess I can show it to you. Hang on one second. I will show it to you. Let me get this spreadsheet updated real quick here to reflect that it's going to be Dirty Dog. And let me get it closed out on eBay as well. Give me 1 second, and then I will be happy to show you the chat there, Joe, and let you take a look at what I can see. If you just give me 1 minute to clean up the rest of this, please. Let me just get this ended up on eBay here. Oh, come on, come on, come on. 1 second. Almost got that done. Okay. Is that done now? Yeah. Okay. So, right there. Can you see that? Right there's the chat. You can see how it came in, Joe. You can see that he said, I'll take it before you did. Whoops, I got to scroll down. Now you can see that he said, I'll take them before you did. So that is why it went to Dirty Dog, because that is how it came in to me, right there. All right, so that's the deal. Now, let's get back to our spreadsheet, our happy little updated spreadsheet here. And once again, this is a new release for today. It ended tonight on eBay. We're breaking it same night it released, same night it ended, which is Friday night, the 25th of October. And of course, we started a little early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. The unpaid team, the Chargers, picked up on Second Chance by Dirty Dog. Everybody else is going to see your name across from your team. All right, guys and gals, there is that. Yeah, Joe, gosh, I don't know on yours. You said it shows you first on yours. I don't know, man. Of course, the only thing I've got to work with is my view here. So maybe there was you guys sent them at the same time, and for whatever reason it popped into me first here. I don't know. Sorry about that, but at any rate, I appreciate the willingness to step in and help out with it, of course. So I think that's going to take up too much space, isn't it? Let's stack them. Let's stack them this other way. I'm going to go high rather than wide, perhaps. These are big boxes. This will be a fairly long break. Always takes a while to get through this because there's a ton of cards in every box. And eventually, I'm going to get them all out of this case. They are wedged in there, buddy. Now, big tower of Prizm. Woohoo! All right, let's get the focus changed up a slight bit here. I don't really use autofocus for this, so yeah, your background, although you can't see much in the background right now because I've got all those boxes stacked there, but it is slightly out of focus, and that is on purpose. Let's just see the cards up a little bit closer. Michael says because of the delay in chat, it might look like you're first on your screen, but not everyone else sees it the same way. Oh, gotcha. All right. Gotcha. All right, cool. Joe says he thinks a 1/1 Easton stick is going to hit in here. Well, I swear Easton comes out about everything, doesn't he? All right, so what we're looking for, 9 numbered prisms per box. 3 autographs per box. Always says on average, the fun part, the on average part. What that means is occasionally we will have a hit replaced with points cards. If that happens tonight, the points cards will be given out at the end of the break using random.org. Could also mean that sometimes they don't give us the right number of hits at all, but that's pretty rare. Usually that refers more to, hey, we're going to hijack one of your hits and replace it with a points card. So there are going to be all kinds of parallels and numbered cards and things. Through this first box, we will go a little bit slower to get everybody acclimated, including myself. This is my first pass opening it this year, so I've got to learn what numbers match up with what variations myself. And then through our subsequent boxes, we'll go a little bit faster. But the first one, we'll take a little bit more time here with the first one. All right, so of course all those are just straight base. And we've got, I'm going to call that red. It looks basically red to me. And does not appear to be numbered on the Brilliance insert with the red. This, I'm guessing, will be numbered. This is Ronald Jones. I'm going to call that orange, and it's to 249. So for the sake of keeping things rolling along, I'm only going to sleeve things that are 49 or lower as we go live. Now, some other things may be sleeved after the fact, but just, again, a lot of cards in this break, so that's how we'll do it live anyway. Brian Burns, that's kind of a, I don't know, sort of, it's not exactly a tie-dye, but anyway, it's to 175. Kind of a turquoisey, sort of tie-dye-ish, but not tie-dye type color. Looks like this is probably going to be our first hit. Paris Campbell, indeed it is, for the Colts. And he's been redemption in a lot of stuff, so live Paris Campbell. Haha. Always like that. Get out of some of the redemptions is helpful. So I would assume that this is same as the last will be to 175, which in fact it is. Lots of those little advertising cards. I will virtually always flip them over to look at the back primarily to make sure that there's no other card stuck to it, because sometimes that happens and we end up with something stuck to the back of another card and don't realize it. Sam Darnold and the Jets, I think that is the wave pattern. That's to 149. I thought that was going to be lower, but it's not. It's to 149. Yeah, I wish Prizm had come out on Wednesday instead. We would have gotten a bunch of it broken before I'm taking my little break hiatus, because I love Prizm. Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys, that is numbered to 199. So same as our, well, actually not same as, I guess the little kind of greeny turquoisey one was actually to 175 now that I think about it. Happy to report that these are, for the most part, laying flat. You know, some years we don't have that. Some years they like to curve up and bow up in the middle right out of the pack, and that's a big hot mess. I mean, these might have a few of them have a shade of it, but for the most part, they are pretty flat. Stang Lover says I'm a slacker. Yeah, I know, man. But for real, you know, I have not taken off that kind of time in, oh, it's been at least 3 years, maybe more. So a fireworks insert with Antonio Brown is not numbered. We may find some somewhere along the way that are numbered. That particular one was not. This is another red wave. Arizona Cardinals on the front, well, and on the back. Numbered to 149, that would be Caleb Wilson. But it turned out, although I didn't know this at the time, we made plans with friends. There's no new releases coming out next week. At least not that I would have been opening anyway from Panini or Topps. I mean, there might be some unusual stuff or whatever, but not from Topps or Panini in basketball, baseball, or football. There were supposed to be a few, and they got pushed. So first, maybe it's either the first time that's happened all year, or maybe the second. It could have happened once in January. An Anthony Barr Silver Prizm for the Vikings. So I couldn't believe my luck how that fell. That's making me very happy. Terrell Davis to 249. So while I won't get caught up, I won't get any farther behind either. How about that? Treading water. I like it. James Conner, that one is numbered to 49 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Charles says the Astros are up 1-0. Oh, man. You know I want the Nationals to go on and close it out now. Not that I don't like the Astros. I like the Astros fine. But I do have a tendency to like the underdog. And, I mean, how much of an underdog are these guys? So much. And to get this far, I'd love to see them sweep it. Jonathan Abram, that is the Raiders with a sensational signature as our card set. So we've got one more autograph to find in here somewhere in our last little stack. An Emergent, and again, that one's nothing special about it, not numbered, not a parallel, not a prism, which I also call refractors, FYI. Rock Ya-Sin to 199. Come on, other autograph. Where are you? Wow, came out next to last. Let's go ahead, or, well, third from last. It is the Ravens and one Justice Hill for Baltimore with our third autograph out of box number 1. So then, yeah, we'll buzz a little quicker through some of these others now that I kind of have a general feel for how it's numbered. We won't necessarily have to flip them all over. Yeah, Staying Lover for sure. I don't normally take off. Normally, I don't even take off 2 days in a row, although every once in a while I will do that if I'm way behind on stuff. But I would say for the most part, I mean, most of the time, I'm probably working 6 days out of 7, sometimes 5. Breaking, I mean. Working every day. Between listing, sorting, shipping, whatever. So that's why, you know, everybody kind of made me promise when I take this time off that I'm not going to be doing all that. So I did manage to talk them into letting me list and kind of work up through Monday, but then from Tuesday onward, I'm not really supposed to be doing anything, even checking messages. I might sneak away and do it when everybody's asleep or not looking. But for the most part, yeah, you're not going to be able to find me too much next week. And of course, if for some reason I didn't get shipping out, I would get that done. But I think I'll get shipping out. Because I'm making everybody help me. Haha, and that an advantage too. Easton Stick, numbered 275 for the Chargers. Joe had a feeling about Easton tonight. That's not a 1 of 1, but it is a low number, relatively low numbered parallel autograph anyway. So Joe was on the right track, thinking Easton would come out of there. And here is Todd Gurley II, and that is numbered to 99. What do they call that one? Crystal, right? Is that pattern, I think, for the Rams? It looks suspiciously like cracked ice, but when it's not numbered to 23 or 24, whatever cracked ice is numbered to, 23, I think, they call it crystals, I believe. Next up is Darrell Henderson for the Rams. That one is numbered to 75. Oh, Dirty Dog says we're calling that one blue ice in here. Okay, all right, they change it up. Sometimes crystals, sometimes something else. Cracked ice looks pretty much the same, but they're calling this one blue ice. All right. Thank you, Dirty Dog. I will try and file that away to remember it. Drew Bledsoe and the Patriots, numbered to 10. So we've got our first gold out for the night. And it is Mr. Drew Bledsoe for New England. A little flashback, throwback. Mohamed Sanu to 249 was just traded, I believe, actually. But obviously a Falcon on that card, so that's where it goes. But just generally commenting on the fact that I believe he was just traded. All right, that is to 199 Titans. Does make life easier when these don't have so much curvature to them. They maybe still have a tiny little bit, but nothing like they have some years. Mac Wilson out to 99 for the Browns. Another, that's going to be to 249 is Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. Can't quite figure out what I want to do with those little insert cards. I keep them, so I'm trying to keep them together, but it's almost easier just to throw them in the floor and pick them up later, to tell you the truth. So I had a question come in right before we were starting the break. I didn't get an opportunity. I did answer it, but I had to answer it really quickly because it was like 60 seconds till time to go with the break here. And the question was about the Oilers. So I did try to address it in the reply there that I sent an email, but I will address it here again as well so that everybody knows what's what with it. To 175. So if we find Houston Oilers in here, cards always stay with their franchise. So anytime a franchise relocates and renames itself, which we all know happens quite a bit, then the card follows the franchise around. A DK Metcalf silver prism for the Seahawks. Followed by this little beauty here for the Texans to 149. So in the case of the Houston Oilers, they are not the same franchise as the Houston Texans. The Houston Oilers actually moved to Tennessee. They called themselves the Tennessee Oilers for a while, moved again within the state, and then called themselves the Tennessee Titans. Justin Tucker to 249. So the Texans were an expansion franchise that came into existence well after the Oilers had already moved to Tennessee. So that's why if we find Oilers cards, they go to the Titans. Miles Boykin and the Ravens. So hopefully that's a little better answer to your question than what I was able to jot down before the break, simply because of time constraints. But you can also find more examples of that in the listing description down there in the special circumstances area. It talks about exactly how that works and gives some examples. I actually think even that the Titans, Oilers Titans, probably are one of the examples I have listed, as a matter of fact. Stang Lover says, no, not the Oilers. He always gives me a hard time because he's heard me say so many times about that particular franchise, because we pull a lot of Oilers stuff, right? I mean, not just in cards, but in memorabilia as well. So poor Stang Lover, over the last however many years, has heard me give that little speech thousands of times. Joe says there's a Warren Moon in here. Yeah, that's probably the genesis of the question, I imagine. In fact, I think that they did, in fact, at some point say Warren Moon specifically, but because there were two messages, but the first one was just asking about where the Oilers went. So I tried to give a real quick little reply then, an email, but that's a little better one since I have some time now. Ricky Seals-Jones for the Cardinals, numbered to 49. If you had a nickel for every time you heard it, would you be rich, Stang Lover? Would you have a vacation home? You might have. To 249, Richard Sherman. But see, now you know why I always say it, because there are people who aren't familiar with franchise history. And a silver prism for the Titans with Marcus Mariota. And honestly, I mean, I knew some basic franchise history, but I didn't know as much as I have learned doing breaks. I mean, certainly I've learned quite a few over the years that maybe I didn't know to begin with. So it's you know, unless that's really your groove or you're of a certain age, you probably don't remember a lot of that stuff. To 149, the Chargers. And on the opposite side, we have to 199, the Kansas City Chiefs. You wouldn't buy a vacation home, you'd just blow your nickels on breaks. I feel ya. And there's Mike Evans in the Bucks to 249. I don't know why I'm still flipping all those over. We know what those are numbered to by now. Of course, you guys all know I have said a bunch of times, there's a hype, different insert than I think we've seen before, Brian Burns and the Panthers to 199, that if I were to ever hit the lottery, my goodness, we would just open anything and everything, and I just all the time. We'd be breaking all the crazy stuff that you have to buy on the secondary market at like 10 times the price. I'd be like, yeah, send us a dozen cases. We would have some fun. So one of our hits has been replaced by a points card, 400 points. It's going to sit right up there in housekeeping. At the very end of the break, we will flip that over. Oh, we will not flip that over. That is not a redemption. At the very end of the break, we will use random.org to award that. So on the Nationals game where you guys told me it was Astros 1-0, was it a home run? Or did they actually, you know, play old school ball and hit an advance through several batters? Number to 149 for the Rams. And who hit it if it was a home run, by the by. Ooh, nice. Fournette and the Jags, numbered to, I believe that says 15 down there. So how about that, Jacksonville? Right on. Like getting the veteran ink. That is probably why we had points in that box. That autograph that we just saw right there is why we also had a corresponding points card in the same box. Still 149. And another one to 149. Mr. Joey Bosa. All our little advertising cards. We've got an autograph coming for the Giants. We wanted to get the rest of that. I wanted to get the rest of that base out of the way. And what we have here is DeAndre Baker for the New York Giants. All right, we have opened 3 of 12. This is box number 4 that is coming out right now as we speak. Yeah, I've got the Red Bull tonight. I got up so early this morning. I went to bed very late. I got up very early because I am trying to get everything out the door on super fast to keep my promise to not work past Monday. I'm trying so hard. But it is meaning that I have no, it does mean that I'm getting like no sleep. So, kind of powering through on Red Bull. Stang Lover said, you're not watching the game. You're waiting to see what the commissioner does to the Astros over the assistant GM. Well, you know, they finally fired that guy. It took them until Thursday. When did the thing happen? Monday, Tuesday? It was early in the week. And, of course, at first the Astros were like, oh, yeah, it wasn't directed at anybody and blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, oh, well, yeah, maybe it was. And then, oh, well, yeah, we don't support that. The guy's fired. Antonio Callaway, numbered to 99 for the Browns. But they only did that because of public pressure, of course. And who knows? I mean, I have no idea what the circumstances are or aren't, but certainly it seems that several people reported them to be different than what the assistant GM said that they were. And at any rate, he's fired in the middle of a World Series run. That's got to burn. Guess that'll teach him next time to keep his trap shut, won't it? Julian Love. There's another one for the New York Giants. You said how he hammered the... Oh, right, like how he hammered the Cardinals over Hackgate. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, will they do anything since the guy got fired? My feeling is probably not. To 249. I mean, I would be super surprised. I'm kind of surprised the Astros caved, though, because honestly, they got a ton of bad publicity when they picked up the guy. I mean, he was still serving his what was it, 75 games or so suspension for domestic abuse when they traded for him. It's to 249. And they didn't really care what anybody thought about that. So I'm a bit surprised that they even cared about this, truthfully. To 149 Ravens. Probably wouldn't have if it hadn't been that the public pressure was kind of growing, I guess, on them to take some sort of action. House, this did end on eBay tonight. Yeah, and this is definitely break number 1. This just came out today. Brand new product. Yay. And Seahawks-wise, I have no idea. I don't think autographs we have a Seahawk yet, but as far as numbered stuff, I honestly don't know. Trace McSorley to 75 for the Ravens. Well, but yeah, Stang Lover, I get your point. I mean, he's saying the Cardinals fired their analysts and they still got hammered. But hacking in and stealing somebody's information is different than saying some inappropriate things to a group of reporters. I mean, neither one of them should have happened. It's to 75 Panthers. But if I were the one doling out the punishment, I would definitely think hacking is worse than saying inappropriate things. Depending on what the inappropriate things are, obviously. But who knows? So they might get hammered too. You never know. To 75, how about a little Bryce Love and the Redskins? Hi, Madeline. Madeline says that is our 3rd Ravens autograph already. I knew we'd hit a few. I didn't know it was exactly 3, but I knew we had definitely hit a few. But we've got a long ways to go. I mean, there's what, like 1,700 cards in this break and roughly 36 autographs, depending on whether or not any more get replaced by points cards. So maybe I should just say 36 hits. So we still got loads of time for other teams to catch up here. It's to 199. In the grand scheme of the break, we're still relatively early in. It's to 149. Michael Vick. Mr. Dog Fighting Ring guy. It'll just be a matter of time. We'll see O.J. Simpson cards back in here. I bet we do at some point. Kyler Murray with a silver prism for the Cardinals. Followed by a little Debo to 149 for the 49ers. This is our first snake pattern here. Snake skin, I think, is technically what they call it. It's numbered to 25. Evan Ingram, Giants again. So the snake skins come in, I believe, a variety of colors this year, don't they? I think they do. But that particular one was to 25. I do love Prizm. It makes me very happy every year when Prizm comes out. I guess maybe I'm like a ferret. I just like shiny things. Ooh, pretty shiny. I need to carry it off. Yeah, I don't think that one actually was camo. I think that is actually the snake skin. You can kind of a bit see the pattern. I mean, maybe. But I thought that was considered the snakeskin pattern. There are snakeskin patterns in here this year, so I thought that's what that was, Joe, but maybe not. And there is our scope to 75 for the Buccaneers with Warren Sapp. Stanglover says he needs some Jets autographs. Where are his Jets? All right, let's try to find you some. See what Jets are maybe hanging out in here somewhere. Riley Ridley, that is to 249. And we've got a little blue wave coming at us. Numbered to 199, Joey Bosa for the Chargers. You said if there are any. I know. Do they not? Is that still not up yet, guys, on the Panini website, the official checklist? It wasn't up earlier. Maybe it's up by now, I would hope. Here is Derek Brooks. That is numbered to 99 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a little flashback autograph. Hey, hi. Oh, Michael, you said there are a couple in here. Boomer and Jamal Adams are in here for the Jets. Devin White and the Buccaneers. So Tampa Bay coming out strong in this box. 249. That is Troy Brown. Oh, you got House says the Beckett website has the checklist up already, even if the Panini website doesn't. Okay. Madeline, we'll always take requests. You're looking for some Dalvin Cook? All right, let's do it. Let's find a Dalvin Cook in here for you. He's been good this year. So we'll see if we can't get a little skull magic going while we're at it. To 149, that was Tyler Higbee. Next up to 175, that's Keelan Cole. Stang Lover, you said you're leery about going on Cardboard Connection. Oh, yeah, I don't think they have the best security there. He says he got a Trojan virus from there last week. Yeah, I don't use that website super often. I don't think they have really good site security. I mean, any site can get hacked and have that there. But yeah, you definitely want to be careful with some of those sites. I mean, you can definitely trust Beckett's site, obviously, and Topps and Panini and some like that, but have to be careful, especially about downloading anything from some of the smaller sites, just because they're easier for somebody to hack, you know. To 75, Jace Sternberger for the Packers. Yeah, they probably have fixed it. I'm sure you're right, and it's good that your antivirus software caught it. Not everybody, of course, has that on their computer. We would hope most everybody does, but, you know, realistically, sometimes people don't. It's to 199 for the Cowboys. So I'm very careful about, I download from very few sites because it's just too easy to sneak something in. And truthfully, Stang Lover, you got to be careful about the Leaf website too, about downloading from there, because sometimes there's crazy stuff going on there as well. Easton Stick to 99, Chargers. And I know you use their website, as do I, but you definitely have to be careful about downloading from there. A silver prism, Mike Williams, Chargers. Followed by a little J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. That is numbered to 49 for the Eagles. Yeah, I don't know why in the world Panini didn't have it up themselves. Every once in a while they'll do that, and it won't be up at the early part of the day for release day, or they'll do something strange, and usually it'll show up later. I don't know what they've got going on over there. But it doesn't happen often, fortunately, but it does happen here and there. Michael says if you go to the Beckett website, that they have a drop-down list at the bottom where you can see the inserts and autographs, etc. Okay. I would imagine then that, like, group break checklists, that does have an S on the end of it. Checklists, plural, as many of you know, is the one my favorite one of the sites that they aggregate the hits. So they'll take them off of the manufacturer's websites to $2.49, and then they break it down by team. And occasionally they will make a mistake in what they do, but not too often. Most of the time they're pretty spot on. And it makes it a lot easier to review, but they may not have theirs up yet either. I didn't check there today. Because, of course, during the break, we only use the official manufacturer's one. That's to 149, because we want to eliminate any mistakes or anything. So I will only use the one directly from Panini or directly from Topps when we're breaking. But personally, when I'm trying to find something out, it's a lot easier to use those others. It's to 175. When I'm bidding, I definitely use the others. Look and see what's there for my team. Comes another Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Quite a few bucks already tonight. And this one is Anthony Johnson, headed to Tampa Bay. Stang Lover, you said you think there's a parallel site for Leaf. Oh, okay. So sometimes there's like a site that's masquerading as Leaf, you mean? Daniel Jones and the Giants. How about that, kids? If you've got the Giants, that makes you fairly happy, I would say. And it's like maybe the third or so autograph for the Giants. So they're overall pulling pretty well tonight. To 199, Michael Thomas. Yeah, I generally just type in directly leaftradingcards.com. I don't usually go through Google or whatever, but maybe I mistype it sometimes myself, who knows, and end up like on the weirdo spot. I don't know. Jonathan Abram, numbered to 99 for the Raiders. Because, I mean, for sure, I make typos on some things when I'm typing them in, and usually the website will get blocked by my antivirus as being unsafe and never even load the page, and then I'll look up and see, oh, whoops, I mistyped that. And there is another one to 199. Kelvin Harmon. Redskins. Poor Redskins. They are really having another bad year. I think you've got to get rid of that owner. I don't think the Redskins are going to be able to get themselves turned around while Dan What's-His-Head owns them, because he just seems to be pretty much driving them into the ground, doesn't he? Numbered to 10. Little OBJ for the Browns. I don't know, seems to be just bad decision-making and things from the top on downward for the poor Redskins. Marquise Goodwin, that's 75 for the 49ers. Well, wait a minute. We need to, oh, yeah, make sure nothing's stuck to the back of that. A silver prism for Travis Homer. Here's a Seahawk. And a 249 Jalen Smith for the boys. We are officially halfway done. So we've 6 opened, 6 remaining. Give me a second. I need to rearrange down here on my sorting mat to create a little space to stack all these new ones that we're getting ready to open. Alrighty, now I gave myself a little extra space. Get a little Red Bull here. And we will keep on trucking. Oh man, it's 2-0 Astros now. Dang it. RBIs by way of singles. Man, I really want, I mean, obviously, even if the Astros win here, the Nationals could still win the series. But I think if the Nationals win tonight, it becomes very much mathematically in their favor to win the whole thing. Not to mention just the momentum and the belief they would have at that point to be 1 win away. So if the Astros sneak in and take one tonight, that kind of throws things back up in the air. So I was really hoping the Nationals would just sweep them and we'd be done by tomorrow night. Which they may still. I mean, we've all seen in this postseason, Nationals can put up some runs in one inning. To the tune of like 6 or 8 sometimes. So. And there's Ryan Fitzpatrick to 149. I guess I'm just basing it on the last couple of starts. They got off to a really, last couple of games, they got off to a really hot start, which seemed to help them. It's to 199. So tonight, the fact that they're coming from the back side of the scoreboard, a little different scenario. Number to 75, Jordan Howard and the Eagles. I just think since they've never, ever been here, won a World Series, been here before, not this version of it. Of course, there's been tons of different Washington teams that have traveled through there and then gone on to become other teams. Lord knows we have to look up those Senators all the time to see which one goes where. Kurt Warner to 199. But I just think it would be so awesome for them. They've never won it before, and poor Washington, they need some love after having to watch the Redskins for the last several years. They need some good sporting luck. To 175, that was Corey Davis. To 249, Peyton Manning for the Colts. Sometimes we see Peyton as a Colt. Sometimes we see him as a Bronco. He was and is a Colt on that card. Hi, Paul. How are you? Oh, well, true. The Capitals staying lover. Yeah, true. I always forget about them because, I don't follow hockey really. So I do always forget about that. I always think more in terms of like Wizards, Redskins, Nationals. And the Wizards also haven't exactly been where they want to be. I mean, they've had some success, but they haven't been where they should have been. Buffalo Bills have an autograph numbered to 149 with Tyree Jackson. And we have another low number to 49. Juwan Winfrey for the Broncos. I don't know why I thought that was... I thought there was going to be a parallel. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Antonio Callaway, a silver prism for the Browns. Followed by little Joe Hayden for my Pittsburgh Steelers, numbered to 99. Here comes the Seahawks. A Travis Homer autograph. How about that? Making you happy. To 249 Dolphins. Kalen Ballage. Steelers are going to play the Dolphins, and I would certainly hope that we can win that one. Of course, you never know. T.J. Hawkinson. This is going to be, I think, numbered to 50. And I've got to get a different sleeve out here. Give it a little extra room. Oh, it's 60, I'm sorry. Numbered to 60 for T.J. Hawkinson and the Lions. How about that? Case hit relic, Detroit. 3-color and your autograph. A handsome card indeed. All right, we are 5 left. Counting the one that's coming out of the plastic is one of the 5 remaining. Yeah, Madeline, that is a case hit for sure. That is the one and only relic that we will find in Prizm. Unless Panini screws up and gives us an extra one, which occasionally we have opened things where there'll be what should be 1 case hit and we'll find 2, but that's super rare. So unless Panini had some crossed wires somewhere, you are correct. That's the one and only. Number to 199, DJ Moore, Panthers. An autograph for the Dolphins. That's Myles Gaskin. I haven't seen a lot of Myles Gaskin recently. Seems like he was out a bunch at the first of the year, and then we didn't really see him for a while, and now we see him again. Numbered to 99, you have Matt Ryan. How much longer do you think before there's going to be a regime change for the Atlanta Falcons? You've got to think soon. They just have not been playing well for kind of a while, honestly. To 199, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. To 175, Drew Bledsoe for the Patriots. $249, David Njoku for the Browns. Do you guys watch? I'm sure you've seen, because they put them in all kinds of sporting events, but those Baker Mayfield commercials. It's for some insurance company. I don't remember which insurance company, but as if Paul Brown Stadium were his house, and there's a bunch of different ones, like with him out there mowing the field with a push mower and hiking across the stadium to get his girlfriend a straw, and the one where all the guys leave and then he's cleaning up after them. Saying he has to stop entertaining. I think those commercials are funny. I don't know who came up with them, but whoever did, that's pretty creative, I thought. And he does a good job with them, too. To 149, Michael Thomas. And then we have Vance McDonald for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Numbered to 75. Ooh, a redemption. It's our first redemption of the night. And it will stay face down until the very end of the break. At that point, we'll flip it over along with any other redemptions that we might find. And if the Panini website is up and running, we'll go over there and use their checklist to verify the team. And if it's not, we'll verify it using NFL.com instead. Nick Vannett, 199. I don't know why I put him in a sleeve. Habit, I suppose. But this man needs to be in one because that's a Nick Bosa silver prism for the 49ers. To 249, Sean Alexander. A Drew Lock autograph to 49. They are still saying he is not ready to play this year. Of course, he hurt his thumb in the preseason, and he's been on the IR, and they are still saying he's not ready. I think everybody else is ready to see him. But come on, what were they thinking? Did they really think Joe Flacco was going to be their long-term answer there in Denver? Somehow I don't think. Well, they probably did. John Elway's had a terrible track record of choosing quarterbacks. Just horrendous. I mean, the Peyton Manning experiment worked out fine, but that was a proven commodity. The only unknown was, what was he going to look like after surgery? But even so, the defense won that Super Bowl as much as Peyton Manning did. But Elway, I don't know. Elway was a great quarterback, but man, he cannot draft or trade or otherwise find a franchise quarterback. Maybe Drew Lock will be it if we ever get to see him in action. But you know, because he is John Elway, they're like never going to get rid of him, no matter how many years he can't get a good quarterback. So it's not going to be him they'd get rid of. Alex Barnes, Tennessee Titans. Of course, I keep thinking that my little Mike Tomlin might end up on the hot seat, although everybody says he's not yet, that it's not even warm, but you got to think sometime along the way. Sterling Shepard, Silver Prizm Giants to 149, Matt Breida. To 249, that is Anthony Barr. And our first insert that is also a Prizm. T.Y. Hilton. Illumination. And doesn't appear to be numbered, but nonetheless, certainly not coming out very frequently. So, Carlos Dunlap, 175. Next up, we're going to have to 249, Royce Freeman and the Broncos. Another blue. That's to 199. It was Marquise Brown. Was that Marquise Brown? Hang on a minute. Goodwin. Marquise Goodwin. I'm so used to saying Marquise Brown. Of course, the rookie for the Ravens has been who we've been seeing all year. That's Marquise Goodwin that we just saw for the 49ers. Yeah, I kind of realized it after I said it, but it's too late. I'd already said it. Joe likes that Nick Bosa Silver Prizm. I know, right? Since the Silver Prizms come out less frequently in football now than they did once upon a time, I would hope that their value rises accordingly. Because, you know, in basketball, the Silver Prizm is really oftentimes worth more than the autographed version that isn't the Prizm in basketball. But the Silver Prizms haven't had as much success in football, although both last year and this year they cut their numbers back quite a bit, and I do think that gives it a little bit of a boost because there aren't so many floating around. Trace McSorley to 75, for the Ravens. Yeah, that's not bad. Joe says it's currently $150 on eBay for the silver Nick Bosa. Well, that's not bad. So prices are starting to somewhat reflect a little more scarcity than at least it was a few years ago in this product. And there is Jamal Adams for the Jets. So, that is number 25 for Stang Lover. And his Jets. He was all sad because he didn't have many autograph options, but that's not too bad. Oh, my little cat's playing with his toy down there. Dwayne Haskins to $2.99. Can you hear him? We got him a little toy that is like a ball and a track, and it's supposed to light up when he spins it around, but the light up part isn't working anymore, but he still likes to spin the little ball around sometimes. Devin McCourty and the Patriots to $99. It's better than him running up here through the wrappers and the boxes anyway, so we'll take it, right? There's another redemption. We are now 2 redemption and 1 rewards point card stacked up there in housekeeping. Another autograph for the Giants. Nate Solder to $49. All right, we have opened 9. We have 3 remaining. So we are making a dent in it. Cutting a path, as they say. All right, let's look at these, and then we'll open some more. Actually, oh, yikes. Oh, man. Come on out of there. I just dropped Darius Geis down in between there. It doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear. He didn't actually go all the way down, but he fell a bit between the stacks for a second. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers. To $249, you have Julian Love, the Giants. A silver prism, Bo Jackson, cool. Throwback silver, Raiders. Rashawn Gary, Green Bay Packers. To 75. Numbered to 249. That would be one David Johnson, Arizona Cardinals. I haven't seen a whole lot of Kyler tonight, but of course at least we did hit the silver prism. May still hit something else as well, but number 299, Marcus Mariota, who I'm guessing will not be playing for the Titans next year, considering they just benched his butt, and he's going to be a free agent, and I don't think they're going to want to pay him. Michael Vick to $199. You never know, things change, but that would be my guess, but somebody will pay him. You better believe somebody will pay him. We have Zach Allen, Arizona Cardinals. And we have something to 199. Who is this? Keelan Cole is the answer for the Jags. Jacksonville getting a little love. To 149, Julio Jones. I believe that's going to be to 49, Roquan Smith and the Bears. More points. So maybe our redemption, didn't it come out of this box? Can't remember, but I think it might have. Anyway, maybe it's going to be good since we got another points card. Might be some more good veteran ink. You never know. Juju Smith-Schuster, 175. Pittsburgh Steelers. Here comes box 11 of 12. Any score change in the baseball game? Anybody? Still 2-0 Astros. Who's pitching tonight? Greinke, right? Yeah, it's Greinke. So maybe they'll start getting some hits after Greinke sits down. The Nationals, I mean. That is number 2/175. $149 Hines Ward. Next up, we have one coming our way, numbered to 99. For my Steelers, that is Mr. James Conner. And Jarvis Landry is to 175. To 249, that's Jalen Ramsey. More points. 250 points in this one, so we went for a while without a whole lot of points, just the one, and then here towards the end we've popped in 2 more, so we're right now sitting at 2 redemptions and 3 points cards. All right. We've got a hit for the Bengals. Travion Williams gets an autograph for Cincinnati. Anybody have any idea who the redemptions are in here? I haven't obviously had an opportunity to open them until tonight, and I didn't watch anybody else's break because I was getting shipping done. James White to 25 for the Patriots. 199 Devontae Adams. Mecole Hardman Jr. It's numbered to 149 Kansas City Chiefs. Michael, you have seen David Montgomery and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Okay. And you said Esiason is a Jets auto in this, Boomer, and so is Curtis Martin. So maybe we'll find one. And didn't somebody tell you earlier Jamal Adams too is an option? Or maybe he's live in here and you're talking about the redemptions. That might be what you're saying to me. You know, I'm a little slow occasionally. Meanwhile, there's a silver prism for the Jets with Sam Darnold. Oh, and Zeke is a redemption in here too. Okay. Bo Jackson to 249 Raiders. $199 Von Miller. And we are officially hitting Last Box Mojo time right now. Coming at you. So we've got to collectively focus our mental energy here. See if we can't find ourselves a big booming hit out of box number 12 of case number 1. Oh, Marquise Brown, another redemption. So is Gardner Minshew. Okay, thank you, Charles and Stang Lover. And Michael, giving us some ideas of what we can possibly find on the other side of our redemptions there. Yeah, I bet they had to hustle up to get Gardner Minshew in here. Because, you know, most of this stuff is printed and planned, well, way in advance for the autograph stuff. The base cards, they will wait a little longer to print often. Which is sometimes why in a product, if someone's been traded, you might see their base card with their new team and their autograph with their old team. That happens sometimes. Happens a lot with tops in baseball. Because they always print the ones that are going to be signed well in advance of the others of the base. Harrison Smith to 249 Vikings. And still these guys don't sign them and get them back on time. Hence the redemptions. Rodney Anderson, Cincinnati Bengals. Charles Kyler Murray is also a redemption in here. Okay, he's been live in most stuff up to this point, so that's good to know. Bobby Wagner is to 175 for the Seahawks. We got our little friend there was stuck on the back of Darwin Thompson. Our little insert. Well, advertising insert, I should say. Tyree Jackson and the Buffalo Bills, a silver prism. Numbered to 99, DeMarcus Robinson and the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like there was something stuck to the back of him too, but there is not. And there's Greg Zuerlein to 249. Closing in on it. $149 Joe Namath for the Jets. Oh, at least the Nationals are on the board now. 2-1, bottom of the 4th. Thank you, Stang Lover and Charles, for giving me that little score update. I think Juan Soto turns 21 today, doesn't he? Isn't that right for the Nationals? I think his 21st birthday is today. Sterling Shepard to 249 for the Giants. Hard to imagine with all that kid has done that he is only just today 21 years old. Just amazing, really. Austin Eckler, Chargers to 75. Oh, the Namath was a red wave to 149 parallel. It's to 199, Anthony Barr. Dwayne Haskins, hey. Last Box Mojo helping out the Redskins. Numbered to 75. $199, Lorenzo Alexander. Well, advertising, may as well get that guy. Will Greer's trying to hang out up there. Hide. And another redemption ends us up. Okay, so we're going to have some recapping to do. We're going to have some rewards points to give away, some redemptions to flip over. We've got all kinds of fun stuff on the horizon. And then, of course, we will recap things that are basically 49 and below. I'm not going to recap higher than that simply because there's so much of it, right? And I'm getting that in some sort of reasonable order there. And let's flip our redemptions and see what we've got, shall we? All right, it is first up, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. One of you called that. JJ, of course, is the Eagles. We will attempt to go to the Panini website and verify that if we can. And if we are able to, it'll tell us what it's going to be numbered to. If they still don't have their checklist up, it will not tell us. But the card set was rookie autograph, so my feeling is it's probably not numbered, probably an open edition. David Montgomery, somebody called that one too. Rookie autograph Prizm Red Wave. So I would believe that will be to 149, but again, we'll wait and see if the Panini website puts it up there. That's the Bears, of course. And our third out is Irv Smith Jr. Rookie autograph Prizm Green Scope. So that would be to 75 if it's as the rest of them. You know, sometimes the autograph parallels will be numbered differently, but I would expect that to be to 75. Irv Smith Jr. is a Viking. So let's see whether or not our friends over here at Panini have actually put up the checklist or not, shall we? Let's go over here and see what happens. Is it going to be there? Why, goodness, no. It's just blank. If we download the full checklist, I think it's going to come out funky and weird, isn't it? Yeah, so we're not going to, I guess, fool with that. Because it won't come out like where we can just easily scroll down and see what's what. But I think everybody knows who these players are. I do just like to do it, but in this case, it's not available. But JJ Arcega-Whiteside currently plays for the Eagles, is a rookie, will only be an Eagle on the checklist. I think that will probably be unnumbered. David Montgomery, of course, for the Bears, another rookie, so has only been a Bear. And since that is a red wave, I expect that will be to 149. Irv Smith Jr., another rookie. Vikings, his one and only team. And that one being green scope, I expect would be numbered to 75 when it shows up. Alrighty. So we've kind of already recapped those. I don't know that we'll need to recap those again. I'll just set them aside. Now we've got these points here to give away. So, oh, Stang Lover says if you try to download it, it's just a blank spreadsheet anyway. All right, good to know. You tried it already. All right, cool. So we've got 400 points, 400 points, 250 points to award using dearoldrandom.org. So here's how that works. I'm going to copy all the teams here from the spreadsheet. We will buzz over to random.org where I will paste them in. And here's the way I do random. When I have 9 or fewer items in a list, we do random 3 times and only the third random counts. When we have 10 or more, which we obviously do here with 32 teams, I do random once. So we will be doing random once. Scrolling through to let you see that all the teams were copied and pasted correctly into our little box here. I'm going to randomize a single time. The team, after we randomize, the team in the number 1 spot will get 400 points. The team in the number 2 spot will get 400 points. The team in the number 3 spot will get 250 points card. Okay, good luck, everybody. It goes Dolphins for 400 points, the Packers for 400 points, and the Colts for 250. All right, let me label this up real quickly so that I do not forget. And that's the reason I put those in sleeves. Some of you are probably wondering, like, why are you putting those in sleeves? Why would that matter if that's in a sleeve? Just so I can write on it. That's why. Makes it quicker and easier when I'm sorting if I don't have to stop and think about it, which is why we like to label them up. Okay, so to recap, we've already recapped, of course, our redemptions. We have Packers with 400 points, Dolphins 400 points, Colts 250 points. Those all by way of random.org. Our silver prisms go to the Bills, the Jets, the Raiders. That is not a silver prism. We'll talk about it in a minute. The Giants, 49ers, Browns, Seahawks, Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Seahawks again, and the Vikings. Then we have this little fellow here, Illumination, which is the only prism insert that we found in the whole case, and that would be Mr. T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. Number to 10, Drew Bledsoe and the Patriots. To 10 is Odell Beckham Jr. for the Browns. To 25, Evan Ingram, Giants. Jamal Adams, Jets. And James White for the Patriots. To 49, it is James Conner and the Steelers. Ricky Seals-Jones and the Cardinals. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Eagles. Juwan Winfrey, Eagles. And, no, Broncos, not Eagles. Juwan Winfrey is the Broncos. I have no idea why I said Eagles. Roquan Smith is the Bears. Yeah, no idea why I said that. Meanwhile, some of you are already probably typing it in. And now you're going backspace, backspace. She caught herself. Yeah, I did. All right, our autographs. We have the Redskins and Dwayne Haskins to 75. The Bengals and Rodney Anderson, Mecole Hardman Jr. for the Kansas City Chiefs. Trayvon Williams for the Bengals. Todd, it does not matter that a player has been traded unless the new team is reflected on the card. So it always goes to the team that is shown on the card. The only exception to that would be when we're opening a product that isn't licensed, like Leaf or something like that, and perhaps it doesn't show either the team name or the city name, and a lot of times those guys are in collegiate uniforms and stuff like that. Then it would go to current team. And ditto if we were opening an all-collegiate product where everybody was in collegiate uniforms and collegiate team names, it would go to current team. But anytime there is a team printed on the card, it's going to go to the team that's shown on the card. Zach Allen and the Cardinals. Debo Samuel, 49ers. For the Giants, it's Nate Solder. Alex Barnes, Titans. Drew Lock and the Broncos. Myles Gaskin and the Dolphins. Sometimes it will reflect the trade on there. They might still be in the different color uniform, but the team name and logo will be updated. In that case, of course, obviously it would go again to the team name and logo shown on the card. TJ Hawkinson, numbered to 60. That is our case hit. It's headed to the Lions. Travis Homer and the Seahawks, followed by Tyree Jackson and the Bills, Kelvin Harmon, Redskins, Daniel Jones, Giants, Anthony Johnson, Buccaneers, the Packers, Jay Sternberger, Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Devin White, Tampa Bay Buccaneers again with a little Derek Brooks, Redskins, Bryce Love, Trace McSorley, Ravens. The Giants with Julian Love. DeAndre Baker, Giants. There's that nice little Leonard Fournette to 15 for the Jags. Miles Boykin, Ravens. Mac Wilson for the Cleveland Browns. Easton Stick and the Chargers. Justice Hill and the Ravens. The Raiders have Jonathan Abram. And we got it started tonight with Paris Campbell and the Colts. Okay, so that takes care of the break. That takes care of the recap. I'm going to put up spreadsheet information one final time. If you happen to miss the shipping info, etc., it's getting ready to come your way here in a hot second. So I am anticipating that this stuff is going to get out the door on Monday. That's my goal. And if possible, if I can get any of it out tomorrow, I certainly would. I don't know if I can or not, but since I'm kind of enlisting slave labor this week, you never know. Maybe. But I would plan on Monday. And if I can get it accomplished sooner, of course I will. Everybody hit cards in here. All the cards ship, so there's no need for us to worry about consolation cards in this particular break. Looking in the days ahead, tomorrow night we're opening Immaculate Basketball by the full case, a 2-box break of Luminaries Baseball. Those are loose boxes. And Leaf Autograph Mini Football Helmets. That's a half-case break. It is the back half of a case that we started a few days ago. On Sunday, starting this Sunday, all the way through the following Sunday, so the 27th of October to the 3rd of November, there will be no breaks. It will be off nights. Once again, do not expect me to really be checking messages in any kind of timely manner. It may be 2-3 days, 4 days in between the time I check messages. It will literally be kind of an off week, at least certainly beginning from Monday onward. So if you send me a message, please allow me several days to respond to you, because it is a kind of an unplugged sort of week coming up. Then on Monday night, the 4th, already listed on eBay, is a break for Immaculate Basketball and Bowman Chrome Baseball. So that's a 10-day listing. It's going to be up there forever. But that's the only way I can keep my promise to not work next week. Because otherwise I'd have to be listing next week. So there you go. That's the news to use. So thanks everyone for being here. Always appreciate you. If I do not see you again tomorrow night, hopefully I'll see you sometime in November when I get back to it, other than tomorrow night, of course. And enjoy your weekend. We'll see you the next time. Thanks.